best. That shit crazy.
Welcome everybody to All Even Podcast Special Edition. I am Barry Grant Jr., host of the All Even Podcast. Who I have on the show today is my good friend DJ Gmoney, host of Picky Eater, co-host of Flip the Script Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Doing very well out there. How you doing, my man?
What's going on?
My man.
Pleasure, man. Thanks for having me here.
Of course,
in this wonderful studio. You know, first and foremost, I want to, come bearing gifts a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know, you made.
Is that for me?
You made it a thing for me to be the first guest on the show. So it's only right, man. Shout out to I probably can't pronounce this the right way, but
I try. Shout
out to 𝐦𝐨𝐷𝐭.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? A nice little bubbly for you and the whole team.
I appreciate you, man.
I'm gonna pop that now in the studio and mess it up, but I don't know.
We crack this later.
What's good though, man?
Nah, I'm chilling, man. You know, it's just working. You know how hard I work, man.
Oh man, I don't know how you do it, bro. Like I wake up, I see posts. I go to sleep, I see posts. You know, the show, YouTube, the SoundCloud, and Instagram, the updates is like it's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been fun. I tell you that much. Like, you've seen the maturation process of like everything. You know what I mean? Like you were the official first guest of Phone a Friend with the audio podcast.
Yes.
So it was only right for me to get you here. First in-person interview. I gotta have my man G on.
Nah, appreciate you. We here, we live. Let's do it. All Even Podcast.
So I guess like let's just get right into it. Like, tell everybody where you from, tell your handle, what's going on.
Yeah, man, DJ Gmoney, representing Queens, you know what I'm saying, Southside to be exact, born and raised, handle Instagram at DJ Gmoney Official, check me out. Like he said earlier, man, Picky Eater show is up right now.
Dope show.
Flip the Script Podcast is up right now, doing pretty good, so, check me out. Anybody else? You want to get more rundown?
Yeah, man, keep it going, man. So, how would you start in regards to the DJing?
Yeah, so, I mean, my story kind of goes back. My dad used to DJ back in the days, back in the 80s. So, before I was born, I guess I was hearing a part of the genes and a part of the, the blood, the bloodline. I would hear him DJing probably when I was, before I was thought of.
Yeah.
But so I guess like step one was me being like 2 years old. My parents had me like a Fisher Price turntable, and I would just mess the records up in the crib. A kid, making noise, not even making no sense.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing like the black and red vinyl, the Run DMC joint. I think it was It's Like That, and That's the Way, that record. So it was black and red. I remember putting it on the vinyl and just horrible. Fast forward a little bit, my dad's he's playing some of his he found a few of his like tapes that he made from Park Jam. So I would hear like a little bit of him mixing and just hearing the stories and the culture of Queens and DJ culture, blah blah blah.
Shout out to Pops for that.
Shout out to Pops, you know what I'm saying? Didn't really pay no mind. I would hear the stories. Okay, cool, sounds fun. Fast forward a little more, I seen the movie Juice. We all seen Juice.
Yeah.
The scene when EQ was getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of took me over the top. Now I'm like, yo, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that year for Christmas, well, not that year, but I was probably like 11, 12 years old for Christmas. I'm like, yo, my mom's and pops like, yo, I want turntables for Christmas. Like, buy me the turntables. I mean, mess around with it. Not even thinking about the whole DJ as a business or entrepreneurship. I just wanted to have it in the crib. I wanted to do the pump a couple times, and I was good. You know what I'm saying? But so from there, it turned into where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? So just me playing for the friends and the family in the neighborhood and just mess around in the house. Got me some gigs. I didn't even know what a gig was. So it was like, yo, we're going to pay you. I'm like, for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, to play music. I talk to Pops. I'll try it out. Pops brought me around. He's like, if you want to do this, I can show you the business and show you how to really make some money. So I'm like, now I'm like 13. And he's, on my first gig, and pretty cool. It's fun. Money's involved. Girls involved, of course. They watching the DJ. They want to know who DJing.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just like, yo, this is kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? I can make my own money now without getting like a regular job and go hang out and spend money and buy my own sneakers, and you know what I'm saying. So that's kind of my story of how I got things started. And then of course everything else was crazy. So
I guess in regards to like, at what point did you realize you were good doing? Because like you can be able to do something and people can be able to encourage you and all that, but if you don't feel you're good, you're not going to continue. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe there is something you say, listen, I'm gonna prove everybody wrong and go there. So like, at what point did you think that you were really good and you could really do this?
I mean, to be honest, what might sound crazy, but the first day.
Okay.
The first day, Christmas morning, my parents hooked everything up, and then I had about maybe like 10, 12 records, maybe not even nothing crazy. Yeah. So I was just messing around in the living room. And I think it was the living room, or I forgot where I was at, but I remember just DJing for like 6-7 hours straight, like the same records. I kept trying to figure out. I kept messing up. I'm like, yo, I have to get this song to go to this song, smooth. And I kept trying it, and then my mom came in the room and was like, "That's the radio?" I'm like, "Nah, it's me." She was like, "Yo, you mixed those two songs?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Wow, okay." So I felt it. She saw it, and she was like, "Yo, all right, like this might be something." Yeah. So still, I didn't think nothing of it then. But then, like, I would do family functions, and then people kept coming to me like, "Yo, you know, that's your son right here?" My pops, he's like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Yo, how much you charge? I need a DJ next week. I need you to come play baby shower, come play the basement party over here, backyard party." And then I'm like, okay, people start to notice, and you know what I'm saying. So I think those two moments right there is what really made me think like, all right, I got a little something going on here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of felt the confidence. I kind of felt the feedback. I'm like, okay, this is dope. I didn't even try to do that level of stuff, but it's like they was responding to me. So I'm like, all right, you know, let's figure it out.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
So you also played ball growing up too. So like, you know, you're DJing, you hooping.
Yeah.
Like you've always had a love for hoops. Did you ever think that you can be able to like go far in ball, or was it just something to do because like, you know, that's the culture. That's the culture that we live in. You know what I'm saying? Like you grow up, you hoop.
I was all right. I was all right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all and be like, yo, I could have went D1. Yeah. But I was cool. I mean, I was playing ball since I was like could walk. You know, my mom put the ball in my hand in the crib. I'm dunking in the crib crazy in the little rims in the basement. You know what I'm saying? And then got a little older. I played on like my pops had a little team. I played on his team. Like his friends had a team. Played on the team there. 𝐤𝐸𝐷𝐿. I played Panthers. I played 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐤s. Holy Cross, I played varsity. You know what I'm saying? So I was balling kind of hard. I thought about it for a second. Not for a second. I thought about it. Obviously, growing up, we watched
of course,
Jordan, these guys playing. We like, yo, we go to the league. Yeah. But I think when I played varsity, my senior year is where I kind of like had to make a decision. Like, yo, am I really this good, or am I gonna go do something else? And I kind of had a reality check. Like, all right, G, you all right, but right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
you decent.
Yeah, I had a few colleges recruit me from like D2, D3,
yeah,
out of state. I didn't want to leave home yet. I was kind of like, at that time is when DJing started to peak for me a little bit. Like now I'm like 15, 16, so I've been DJing a couple years now. I'm getting kind of booked every weekend now, so it's like, do I leave New York to go to school upstate somewhere or somewhere for a D3 school? I'm not really crazy good like that. So I leave hometown where I'm kind of killing in this DJ thing now. Like
you found your niche.
I found the niche, and you know what I'm saying. And I'm still playing ball. You know, a lot of tournaments I'm playing in. So it's like, do I leave home and go somewhere else and then take ball serious? Like, DJing might be a little bit more of a wave for me. You know what I'm saying? Like the bread coming in, I'm getting more exposure. It's doing way better than basketball.
No, definitely. Now, do you feel that playing ball and also DJing kept you out of trouble? Because growing up in Queens, Southside, like it's a different animal. Man. You know what I'm saying? So shouts to everybody that's over there, that grew up over there. Everybody know that how it is. So it's like, did you have anybody that kind of looked out for you to make sure that you stayed out of trouble?
Oh man, both things you said definitely was accurate. Like first of all, my parents definitely still to this day, both of them still look out for me now. Like they make sure I can't go the street route. So,
right.
If they see anything online that I post a little bit crazy, they're like, yo, what's this? Nah, what's going on? Nah, I seen you post something on your page, or you was on live talking crazy. I'm like, all right. So that's number one. Number two, growing up in Southside, I definitely got close friends and people that's in the area that they knew what kind of kid I was. You know what I'm saying? Like I was around all the hood dudes and all the gang members and all that, but I never was that guy. So when something about to go down, they're like, yo, G, go home, bro.
Right.
That's it. So they'll definitely look out for me. Like if they see a fight coming, they're like, yo,
that's what's up.
Pack it up. You know what I'm saying? It's time for you to. But then the other question you said was about playing ball and DJing, keeping me out of trouble. 100%. Like I think that we're missing a lot of that now. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the kids now, they got opportunities, but it's not as much as we had when we was younger. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely need more people that's older to step up and get these tournaments going and these like PALs opening. Because if you're not busy, you outside. You see your friends doing something. You like, all right. I ain't playing no team. I ain't doing this. I'm not playing. You know, whatever. Your man's doing this. He's making some fast money. You going to follow behind your man's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like you said, especially growing up in Southside Queens, like it's there. Like something. 40 projects. I grew up in between those areas. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to go outside and just get involved with a gang or get involved with something. Get a gun. It's like it's right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen some of my close friends rob people. I seen them beat up people. I seen them jump people. I seen them put the flags and they pop on their head. Like I seen all that. You know what I'm saying? I see them selling. I like right next to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely easy to get into. But we gotta keep our kids busy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man. And listen, you do a lot of charity work as well too. So it's like you're doing your part in regards to trying to give back and trying to keep kids out of trouble. So
nah, for sure.
Shouts to you for that. You know what I'm saying?
It's important, man. Shout out to Showing Hearts. Showing Hearts is a company I work with all the charity stuff. My man Dave, he takes care of that every year. Christmas event, back to school events for the kids, and then he does like a lot of stuff for the shelters and the churches. So we definitely want to try to keep them busy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real, man, for real. So flip the script.
Yes, sir.
How did that come about? Because we all know, shouts to Queenzflip.
Shout out to Queenzflip.
He's a crazy dude, like what I'm saying, doing his thing. How did that come about? Because I know you guys go way back. You know what I'm saying? I have a friendship, so.
Yeah, me and Flip met. Me and Flip been rocking for like probably like 15 years, something like that. Back in like just like 05, maybe 06, something like that. He was doing music. We kind of linked up on that type of time. But the podcast came about because I was actually doing a radio show, online show with Steph Lover on DCF Radio. So we was doing that, and she had the opportunity to leave. So when she had dipped out, she was the first one who was like, "Yo, if you want, like, you can keep the slot. I'm leaving, but keep the same time slot, the same radio station. It could be your show."
Facts.
And she's like, "Matter of fact, ain't you cool with that crazy guy Queenzflip? Like, once you get him to do a show with you, that'd be dope." I'm like, "Yo, he ain't gonna do no show, man. Like, he's not really with it." But I called, asked him anyway. He was like, "Hell no, I'm not doing no show." So he dubbed it, and I'm like, "All right, so let's leave that slot alone. I'll try something different." Then my man Space Ghost, and a few other people was calling like, "Yo, your man going viral. Like, what's up? You have to do something." Like,
yeah.
So Space is like, "Yo, you should do a podcast." I'm like, "What the hell's a podcast?"
Right.
That's kind of like, it was kind of like fresh for us. You know what I'm saying? So I called him about that too. He was like, "Nah, hell no, I'm not with no podcast. I ain't trying to do no show, man. I'm doing these skits. I'm running around going crazy." So he dubbed it a few times, and then he spoke to people like Combat Jack, Taxstone, the guys who were really into the podcast world, and they kind of let him know like, "Yo, bro, you can really capitalize off of this. Right. Like, you got the following, you got the artists, running around doing skits and all that." So had him as a guest on the show, like, and then he called back like, "Yo, you ready to do the show?" I'm like,
he had to get clarification.
He had to make sure,
cool. This is a good lane. Now
he had to make sure for sure.
Yeah, y'all have been very successful. Like, y'all got one of the best like hip hop podcasts, culture podcasts out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody says it. You know what I mean? So, how does that feel to get to that level now, from where you started to where you guys are right now? Obviously there's more to do, but do you ever sit back and wonder like, yo, we really did create something here?
What's crazy is like, to me it's still surreal. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we first started, we had people tuned in, we had our followers, and obviously it grew from that time. Like, we're doing it like 4 years now, so it grew. But even from the beginning, it just felt so real every time, because this is probably, I want to say, the most exposure I got as Gmoney, like my career in general. You know what I'm saying? Because like, it's to the point now I go outside, I get stopped all the time in the street. Like, "Yo, you from that show?" I'm like, "Yeah." So from when we first started, it was like that. So now I've been elevating since then. So I'm just like shocked every time, bro. Like that people even watch the show, people even know my little "He Cool Man" slogan and things like that. I be shocked, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's another thing too. How did you come up with that "He Cool Man"?
Oh man,
because I wait for that every episode.
People love it. I think it was, to be honest, it was me trying to figure out my lane on the show, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not much of a sit down interview all day type person. You know what I'm saying? And Flip characters, obviously, he could sit and talk to you for 8 hours. Right. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make a good partnership because right. But honestly, in the beginning, we clashed a couple times. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure y'all saw the episode, but it was like episode like 22 or something. Me and him had a big argument on the show, like a real and he posted it up. Like he let it go. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But we argued about people was in the comments like, yo, let G talk, and I'm like, yo, I'm good. Like, I'm still trying to like find my way to my question because his personality is so loud. So it's hard for me to jump in with my little smooth little like, yo, so okay, so you from where again? Like, you know, when he's like, yo, when he's asking these crazy questions, I'm not gonna ask no guests. Like, if I see the vibe where they don't want to answer a question about their daughter or something, or
you're not gonna go there.
I'm like, yo, so how about you? They're like this. I'm like, all right, so my question is done. Right. But he'll keep pushing it. So for a while, I'm like, yo, how can I create something to get just my little niche in the show? Like, so I start asking little questions here and there, and then I think I just would respond to the guests if they say something crazy like, yo, I like this nigga, man, he cool, man. Like, but actually I stole it from Juice, though, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't know if they caught the, you know, the line when Q's little brother was like something about Bishop. He's like, I like Bishop, he cool, man. So I kind of stole it and put my own little twist to it, and then I did it one time, I did it again. Flip started like hyping it. The guest started like waiting for the he cool. I'm like, oh, this is something, all right, so I might do this every episode. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
like,
I love it, man. I love it because, you know, on my podcast, I got y'all with the little dropper when you were doing the you know, shouts to All Even Podcast, and you and Flip are going back and forth.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's like I love hearing that dry. Anytime somebody hears it, they always laugh. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, y'all got a good back and forth, man. Y'all really got a good back and forth.
Yeah.
And that now spurned into Picky Eater.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? You develop this wave with Flip the Script, and now Picky Eater because you legit are a picky eater. Like, 100%. Since I've known you, you just don't eat much things, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, how did that come about? Who kind of gave you the idea of just doing the show?
Queenzflip.
Okay.
Queenzflip. You know, we was in the studio one night, and he's like, yo, like, you know, people see Flip and they see the skits and they see like
they see the clown stuff.
They see all that stuff, but then he know what he doing. You know what I'm saying? He got plans, he got certain set up. So he was like, yo, G, like, I see you got a YouTube page, but you're not using it. I checked it. I'm like, where? He's like, yo, I want to see your page. I didn't see a video like 2-3 years.
Right.
Like, you got subscribers there. Like, what are you doing with the page, bro? I'm like, yo, I don't know what to put up. Like, I can't match what you doing, bro. Like, you got all this. I can't. That's not me. So I don't know what to put on the page right now. Like, he's like, yo, man, you don't eat no food, man. Just once you do a show, just pick eat it. Just go try some food and record it. I'm like, I might work.
That could work.
I might do something. I'll try. I was a little nervous, but you know, I'll try. So he told Space, like, yo, Space goes, follow you with the camera. Just go somewhere and y'all just start recording and start doing something. We'll pick a eater. You know what I'm saying? So we just jumped in the water, bro. That was it. So he threw the alley.
Yeah.
And I won. You know what I'm saying?
What's up? Listen, there's 4 seasons.
Catch up,
man.
Catch
it's
up.
On YouTube.
Go binge, really good show. Go binge watch it.
You know what I mean? It's funny, man. It's really funny because it really epitomizes how you eat. Like, every time I watch it, I laugh because it's like, yo, that's G. That's 100%. Legit you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you've been around me before. You've been around me before this.
So like, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, you know, when I see it, it's like, yo, this is him. You know what I mean? It's funny.
It's
man.
all really real.
Funny.
It's all real. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, I wanna kind of segue into the fact that, you know, you have a successful podcast with a partner. You guys are co-hosts. You guys have built this great thing together. You know, seeing what happened with the Joe Budden's podcast, like, is that something that is in the back of your mind in regards to not the backdoor dealing stuff, not the financials, just the chemistry part of it, that one person is not bigger than the other? Like, is that something that you guys speak about, like, continuously in regards to making sure that we are always on the same page, and that there's never something that is lost in translation, or I feel a way and I just don't say it and clear the air? Because I think in a partnership, that's really, really important.
Very important. Very important. I mean, you know, with Queenzflip, you know, like I said, we grew as a team. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning stages, like I said, we had an argument on the show about like that. You know what I'm saying? Because people were in the comments and people was in his ear and my ear. Like, yo, let G speak. And he's like, yo, I never told him he can't speak.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, he never said I couldn't speak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, the argument we had was really about, you know, I was kind of telling him, like, yo, bro, like, when I do want to speak sometimes, you had your back to me facing the guest, so it's kind of like you wouldn't even see me trying to come up here and be like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And then we got into a whole thing about it. But, you know, so when you're friends with somebody, you're partner with somebody, you're gonna have those clashes. You know what I'm saying? But the thing with him is that I respect a lot about him is he's a person that if he feels away, he gonna call you that same day. I don't care if it's 3 a.m. He might come to your crib like, yo, come downstairs, bro. Come outside.
Up,
like,
yeah,
he could be in Jersey. He like, yo, I'm coming to Queens. Like, PD, come outside. We gonna talk about this right now. And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm like, nah, come out. And he'll come clear it out right there. You know what I'm saying? If he's wrong, he's wrong. He's like, yo, my fault, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, so we're very open with that kind of stuff. Me, on the other hand, I might feel away about something and might hold it in a little bit for like a day or two or a week, and then he might bring it up. I'm like, yeah, well, I felt something last week. No. Why you say nothing, G? I'm like, yo, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? But either way, we do hash everything out, like, you know, whether it's financial or whether it's personal or, you know, whatever it is, we do. If it comes up, or he feel the way, we sit down and talk about it like men.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I respect about him.
Yeah, that's how it should be, man. That's why, you know, I brought up the Joe Budden situation, because they had a good thing going, and now it's like, you know, okay, the podcast is continuing, but it don't have the same vibe
it's
like everybody says. You know what I'm saying?
It's
so it's like, you know, what are your thoughts on, was it the right time for them to split? Or do you feel that it should have continued on? Because obviously, like, bands split up all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's times where they'll rekindle, they'll get back together, whatever. But do you feel like this was the time for them to really part ways? I
mean, when that's like you being in a relationship with somebody, right, female, and you just like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's no right time. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's no right time, because it might be her birthday in 2 weeks, or it's always gonna be something. It might be like her mom's birthday, or Valentine's Day, or is this Christmas coming? Like, you got the kids or something. It's like, when's the right time to split? You know what I'm saying? So with them, I feel like, you know, whatever they had going on, it's just like they probably was just fed up with it. Like, yo, that's it. You know what I'm saying? You know, was it the right time? You know, probably not. Maybe, you know, the show's doing good. So, but when you feel the way, bro, it's kind of like you sometimes you can't sit in that seat, because they might have shows in the future where they sitting there and they feel away now, and then they hot, and then they try and be like, ha ha ha, and then they headed like, yo.
And you can see right through it, because even the people that were watching it, they were like, they can tell that it was off. You know what I'm saying? So once you can tell that, it's a wrap.
So
you know what I mean?
I feel like, you know, if it's time, it's time, bro. It's no, ain't no right time. Like, there's no right time. You know, hopefully those guys figure it out. You know, shout out to them. They you know, Mile and Rory always showed. You know, Joe too, but Mile and Rory will always mention our show and reference our show on their platform. So they you know, they always show love, and you know, I'll post stuff up with it. They'll like something, and you know, vice versa. So they always, you know, kept it real. So you know, I hope they figure out whatever they gotta figure out to keep their joint going. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Shouts to Rory and Mo, man. They doing their thing. They got this new skit out, so it's definitely go check that out.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's funny, man. It's funny. It's on some like Curb Your Enthusiasm type of joint. So,
Larry David, huh?
Yeah, man. So it's gonna be good, man. Whatever they got playing, like I'm invested already. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So shouts to Rory and Mo for that. But let's get into some hoops. Let's get into some basketball, man. You know we love basketball,
it's
man.
It's that time of the year, man.
Yeah, it's that time of the year. So, you know, the first thing I want to get into before we even get to the games is this whole Kwame Brown attacks the world situation.
Jeez.
He's going on a rampage. It don't matter who's talking about him. He's going at him. You know what I mean? Exactly. So, like, did you hear the original comment that Gilbert, Stack Jack, and Matt Barnes made?
No.
So so it was on.
I'll be updated. Actually, last night my mom's shout my mom Dukes, man. She is like,
she's in it.
She's the real Miss Info. Shout out Miss Info, but she's the real. I come home sometime. I talk, you know, I mean, her chop it up, whatever, and she's like, "Yo, you heard what happened? This person, this girl pregnant. This person got shot.
She keep you in the loop.
How you know all this? So she was telling me something about Kwame, how he was saying something about what's Billy or something. He's some killers in North Carolina or something like that. So, and then Charlamagne responded to that. Yeah, that's how it went.
Well, that's not how it originally started.
Okay.
What happened was, you know, the All the Smoke podcast with Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes.
Okay.
They had Gilbert Arenas on their podcast. And, you know, they're all friends. So Gilbert played with Kwame Brown. They all played with Kwame Brown at some point, but
on the Wizards.
Yeah, Gilbert played with Kwame Brown. So he was saying that how Kwame could have been like an Anthony Davis type. He had the talent. He said, yo, Kwame was the second fastest dude on the team. But the fact that he has small hands, and you would see flashes of brilliance, but then you would see the erratic game like he just never materialized into a solid player.
Mm-hmm.
So Matt Barnes was saying, yeah, you know, Kwame is one of the best #1 picks of all time, like kind of jabbing him, you know what I mean? So over the years, people have taken jabs at Kwame Brown in any industry. People have always made fun of Kwame Brown. Stephen A. Smith,
of course,
kind of made his career off of talking about Slava Medvedenko and Kwame Brown, and so Kwame finally had enough.
Mm-hmm.
So he started clapping back at everybody. You know what I mean? So he clapped back at Steven Jackson. He clapped back at Mike Barnes. He didn't really clap back at Gilbert too much, but he did mention some stuff. He clapped back at Stephen A. Clapped at Charlemagne. Anybody who ever had anything negative to say about him, he's clapped back at. And now he has this crazy following. He went from having no following to like 175,000 Instagram subscribers now, followers. Like he's lit now. You know what I'm saying? But I bring it up because do you relate to that? Like, does he have a right to snap back at his critics 20 years later? Or is it something where it's like, listen, they're just talking about your basketball game. If you're a basketball player, it's fair game. Like you're a public figure, you're an athlete. So people are gonna be critical if you play bad. Mm-hmm. They're gonna praise you if you play good.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So if guys that are in the NBA are talking about their past games and people who they've played with, and they mention you, is it something that you really have to like take offense to? Because you made millions of dollars in this league.
Exactly. So
you were fine. Like what's your take on that?
Yeah, he should have chilled out, man. I mean, that's just me though. I can't speak for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of cut from the cloth of I'm comfortable with my skin. I know what I did. I know what I didn't do. So that's number one. Number two, I'm not big on the social media as far as responding to people and doing that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can clap back, but then like what next? You know what I'm saying? Like you've been out of the league for years now. Like, you know, I don't think anybody's respectfully, I don't think anybody be checking for Kwame Brown like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
not before this.
Yeah, before this. So he probably like, yo, you know what? I think, you know, he probably felt the way. Yeah, he put something up and he kept it going. But I don't like stuff like that. To be honest, I feel like, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm old school, man. I'm from the cloth of I got a problem with you. Yo, B, look.
Right.
I live on this block right here, bro. Pull up at 5 o'clock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go online and be like, yo, Barry Graham, yo,
right.
Podcast, all leaving, get out of here, corny ass podcast. Yo, what's up? Come see me. Like, I ain't gonna do. Nah. Yeah. Yo, listen, bro. I'm gonna hit your phone. I got your number. Yo, listen, I'm over here. Like,
exactly.
What's up? You know what I'm saying? And 20 years later, like,
that's my thing with it, because it's like, all right, cool. He's now done this, right? You have this following for the people that want to see more of this.
Right.
You're gonna turn into the people that you were clapping back at when you first started. Because now you got this popularity, your fan base is going to expect this from you, and if you don't give it to them, they're not going to be there, because they're not really supporting you. They're supporting the antics.
Right.
They're supporting the show.
And you said they've been saying stuff about him from before, right?
I mean, listen, this is 20 years in the making. Like,
so
you know what I'm saying?
So what pushed him over the edge? Then?
I just think that, like I said, the All the Smoke podcast, that happened recently.
Okay, so
you know
that was
that's what pushed
real.
him over the edge, because it's like, okay, he's looking at it like, yo, look how long I've stopped playing, y'all still talking about me.
Right.
But they brought him up in context because they were talking about certain things.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they did a podcast on Kwame Brown.
So he should be happy. He should be honored.
Yeah, it was just like, you know, Gilbert was just saying, listen, he could have been one of the best big men in the league, but it just didn't happen to turn out that way because of what. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I'll be honored, man.
Yeah, it's like that's how I looked at it.
It's like somebody saying 15, 20 years from now, yo, Gmoney could have been the best DJ in Queens, but
right.
I'm not gonna go online like, yo, nah, you're right, bro. I might reach out to him like, yo, listen, pull me up at the show. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Right.
And you know, whoever you felt was better than me, you can bring them to or whatever, or you want to do some kind of battle or something, some old school reunion type. Let's set it up. Let's make some money from it. You know what I'm saying? He went the other route. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how he got to Charlemagne. You said Charlemagne talked about him too, right? Yeah,
Charlemagne said something about him. I can't really recall what he said, but they had a back and forth as well. He even got at Jemele Hill, like the media personality, the black chick. Mm-hmm. She said something in joking like, "Oh, yo, Kwame brought the smoke. Just leave. You know, if I ever said anything about you, I'm sorry. Just don't come at my moms. You know, don't talk about my moms. You know what I mean?" And he was just like, "Yo, stay out of this." So it's like,
Nah,
I understand.
It's tough though, because like you doing stuff like that over some comments and
man.
You're possibly. I mean, I'm not trying to. I'm not by all means backing what Charlamagne did or allegedly did, but you possibly ending his career right now. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a few clips of videos online about the Charlamagne thing, and it looked a little crazy for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
so,
his situation is.
So it's like if you didn't clap back at Charlamagne or whoever else you didn't clap back to, and you know, like these things are coming back from 20 years ago, and these females are feeling how they feeling, and you know, much respect to them. You know what I'm saying? I hope all the best for the situation, but it's just like you bringing up, you playing with some real fire right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just clapping back like, yo, Breakfast Club is trash. Nah, you like, yo, Charlamagne, da 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 da.
You sticking a knife in.
Yeah, that's kind of that you feel. You home feeling away right now, bro.
Yeah, man, and that's my thing. It's like the way I look at it. If you have your platform, you can be able to say what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, some people are gonna get a little bit more disrespectful than others.
Right.
But you gotta be the one to have the refrain. You gotta be the one to be like, all right, I don't need to respond to that.
Right.
Like, if that was me, and I was the first overall #1 pick out of high school in the history of the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, that in itself is something that you'll always have.
He's the first one out of high school?
Ever. To go #1.
So what he go
#1.
What are you crying about?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
man?
you played in the league. You made millions of dollars. Like,
what are you crying about?
There's nothing for you to be mad at. Like, if nobody heard about Kwame Brown again, you still be fine. So I don't care. Like, if like I said, like you made the example. Somebody talks about my podcast.
Right.
Yo, it's the worst podcast I've ever heard. He's trash. Da, da, da. Why do I need to respond to that dude? I don't need to.
Right.
Because that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? If I'm living my life, if I'm doing good, if I'm successful, whatever, you don't like what I'm doing, cool. But
change the channel.
Change the channel. Exactly. Like, Kwame got more M's than most of all of these people that are criticizing him. So what does it matter? Like, you can't redeem yourself now by trying to clap back at these people. Your career's over. Your career is what it is. The numbers are what they are.
You think he still got bread now though?
I'm sure he does, man. Like, I'm sure he wasn't a irresponsible dude to squander his money. Like, Kwame in his career, Kwame probably made about like $40 or $50 million.
That was a long time ago. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to really get into the mind and figure out what would make him clap back to that degree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it was just, I just think that he was just like, enough. You know what I mean? Like, you know, everybody has their boiling point. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't say nothing for years.
Right.
People saying things about him, but like, you know, for 3 NBA guys that he played with, his peers, to bring him up after all of this time, and he's looking at them like, y'all are not superstars. Like, all right, cool. 𝐥𝐤 was a superstar. I ain't gonna say much about 𝐥𝐤, but you two, like Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, like, okay, y'all got this successful podcast, cool, but y'all wasn't great players too.
right.
Y'all were role players just like me. So for you to be able to cut, so I think he looked at it like that. Like, if it was Shaq or Chuck and everybody was talking, I don't think he would have clapped at them.
He's not clapping at them.
He might have said something, but in regards to how he went in,
not like that.
He went in.
Not like that.
On Matt Barnes. He called Matt Barnes Becky with the good hair. Becky with the good hair. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think he saw opportunity, man.
Yeah, that's what I see it too.
I'm going crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all right, cool. You got this follower now. They're gonna expect you to keep doing this.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, you can't turn into a media personality after this, because you're gonna be exactly what you hate. Because he even went on to say, oh, you know, we as black men, we shouldn't be criticizing other black athletes. But it's like, bro, we talking about your basketball game. We're not talking about your family. We're not talking about your personal life. We're talking about how you performed in a public setting.
That's what I'm saying. The Charlamagne thing,
that's personal.
That's a deep cut. You know what I'm saying?
You know what
if he had said the show was whack, or, you know, he's a bad host, it's all right, cool. You clap back, but you went like and found some dirt and brought it back to life and kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So
it don't make sense, man. It don't make sense.
I don't know, bro.
But Kwame's crazy. And listen, don't come at me, Kwame. I'm serious, man. I'm just talking about it. I have my opinion, and that's it. But NBA playoffs.
Yes. You know who I'm going with, baby.
Who you going with?
You know what I'm saying? You on the West Coast, LA, baby.
Going with those Lakers, man. So
I go wherever Brown goes.
Yes,
man.
sir.
That's,
yes, sir.
that's
Well, listen, you can't leave now. That's the way it is. Yeah. If you rooting for the Lakers, you can't leave if Braun goes somewhere else. You a Lakers fan now?
No. I go where Braun go.
Nah.
If he leave, go to.
Nah, see, you can do that to any other organization. You can't leave the Lakers.
The Lakers, I can't leave the Lakers.
Nah, man, you gotta stay, bro.
Oh,
you gotta stay, bro.
Even if he gonna probably retire soon anyway.
He about Brady, son. Like he not fitting to. He got about 5 more years left in him, son.
So you think he gonna stay the Lakers?
Yeah.
So I should be good then.
Nah, so just make sure you know what I mean. You ain't leaving. But Milwaukee just wrapped up this series today.
Sweep.
Sweep against the Miami Heat. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Did you think that Miami would have a better chance in the series, or did you think that it would go this way?
I didn't see a sweep coming, man. Miami played really good last year.
Yeah.
So I felt like their heart and their courage from last year would have carried over, but apparently it didn't. They got the sweep just now. as we just watched it a little while ago. You know, but I'm not surprised though. You know, Giannis is still a Greek freak, so I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? That I was telling everybody when I first seen them play. I think once LeBron leaves, I'm gonna start. That's the next person I might follow.
You think Giannis is gonna be the dude, son?
Giannis is he's beastie.
I don't know, man. I don't listen. He had his chance to me to prove that he was the guy last year, because remember they set the narrative for him last year to be the guy.
They did
because back-to-back MVP, right? And then they gave him the Defensive Player of the Year, and that was the first time that since MJ or 𝐤𝐤𝐤𝐿 somebody won the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same year. So they set the narrative for him to be the guy. And what happened? Miami came and smacked that ass, right?
Yeah,
so
I hear you.
so now it's like, okay, I still think he's a top 10 player, absolutely. But he needs more around him than LeBron needed around him.
I agree.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, Giannis is not that type of guy to be able to take over a game and dictate what happens. Braun is. Now, if you're noticing, the last 2 years, Milwaukee, they had Eric Bledsoe. They had some decent players. Didn't work out. Now they substitute Eric Bledsoe for Jrue Holiday. Now they went ahead and got P.J. Tucker. Now what that does is that makes Chris Middleton kind of move down the pecking order and get more comfortable in a role that he's more comfortable in. So everybody was criticizing Chris Middleton, saying, oh, he's not a number 2. He's not a legit number 2. All right, now you got Jrue Holiday here. Jrue Holiday, they can be able to flip that on any given night.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So Jrue could be the number 2 guy that night. Chris can be the number 3 guy that night, and vice versa.
Makes
you know
sense.
what I'm saying? So now they got.
Okay,
come on, son. Like, you know how to do this, man. You know.
Break it down, then. Break it down.
So that I feel that Milwaukee really has a chance to finally get to the finals. Like, the pressure is not on them no more. Last 2 years it was on them. Everybody's talking about Brooklyn. Everybody's talking about Philadelphia.
Right.
Everybody's talking about the Knicks in regards to them being in the playoffs, not championship, but nobody's talking about Milwaukee, and they just quietly put the brooms out. What happens next series when they go against potentially Brooklyn, and they're up 3-1 against Brooklyn? What are people gonna say then?
That's how you feel it's gonna be.
Listen, Bucks in 6. Quote me right now. Right now.
Hold on.
Bucks in 6.
Well, y'all let Brooklyn along.
Bucks in 6, man.
Oh man,
That's what I'm saying.
I feel about that shit? It's gonna be tough. I kind of agree with you though. I feel like Brooklyn hasn't. The chemistry is not all the way there yet. I feel like
it's coming.
It's coming, yeah. But this is the injuries and KD's out this much time. Kyrie's out. It's a lot of back and forth. I feel like the Bucks have the little better of a flow going on.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying? So for them they'll probably take Brooklyn out.
Yeah, the thing with me is that Brooklyn is good, but they don't play no defense. Like, Tatum lit him up for 50.
He did.
50. Put a 50 spot on him.
He went crazy, easy.
And it's like, okay, you expect that trio to be able to, score as much points as they score, cool.
Right.
But it's the defensive side of the ball that allows other teams to feel confident when they play Brooklyn.
And then we can't forget we got homeboy out still. What's his name? On the Celtics.
Oh, you got Jaylen Brown. He's out
Brown's
for the year.
out. Yeah.
So if Jaylen Brown was there,
Brooklyn might have been going the first.
That's all I'm saying. Like, we talking about a different situation.
I don't know. My man Brown's in here.
I don't know, son. But I still think that Brooklyn is gonna win this series easily. They'll win in 5. I think next round, like I said, going against Milwaukee, that's gonna be a good fight. But
be tough.
I got Milwaukee in 6, man.
I agree.
Now, all right. Knicks. Everybody going crazy over the Knicks,
Shout
right?
out to the Knicks, man.
But here's my thing. You know it's a wrap now, right? The series is a wrap.
The
series is a wrap.
They're not going to the next round.
Nah, they're not going to the next round. You know why? You gotta blame De Blasio for that. Yeah, De Blasio, you gotta blame him. Once he put on that Knick hat and started jaw jacking at Trae Young, it was a wrap. That was it. That was it. Like, all right. If you want to make Trae Young the bad guy and try to put him in that same Reggie Miller light, at least let Spike go at him.
Spike do it.
You got Bill De Blasio representing New York. Nah, that's not the way it works.
Ice Trae.
That's not the way it works, man. So Ice Trae is like, all right, cool.
I got something for y'all.
I got something for y'all. And on top of that too, Randall is not playing well. Randall is looking terrible right now. 3 games, he's looking bad.
What do you think it is? The playoff light for him? You think he's not ready for that light?
I think that Randall is a regular season dude, and that's fine. But I never looked at Randall as a number 1 guy. Like everybody, no, pay him. Okay, you want to just be careful. You want to give him $40 million, and then when he does this in the playoffs, you know how Knicks fans are. They already starting to turn on him.
That's crazy.
So he need to wake up, because if he don't, it's gonna be one of those situations where he wakes up in New York and he's no longer the beloved Julius Randle anymore. You know what I'm saying? They gonna want him out of town.
Yo, so the Knicks, let's say that they lose, let's say they lose the series next year. What do you feel like they need to improve on? Like, they need to trade some people, or?
Yeah, I think what they need.
Should they get Kawhi over to the Knicks?
Honestly, if they can be able to land the Kawhi, go after him. Definitely. They need a superstar.
Right.
They need a superstar, whether they're going to trade for that superstar or they're going to sign him in free agency. But they need a guy that's going to be able to change the culture on the floor.
Right.
Like, they already changed the culture in the front office. Leon Rose, Worldwide West, shouts to them. Tom Thibodeau done a good job. But they need a superstar to be able to put everything together. And that's why I was hoping that Chris Paul would have came here. Because had Chris Paul came here, not only would you have seen the same season that they've had, but they would have been even better. They would have probably been a top 3 seed with a Chris Paul, because what Chris Paul does is that he's an organizational guy. He's an organizational builder. He goes to any organization and has everybody believing that they're winners. Like, look at Phoenix last year. Yeah, they had the 8 game winning streak in the bubble. But before the bubble, they won 26 games. Chris Paul comes into that situation and tells them, listen, we're going to build off these 8 games. And they were the number 2 seed in the West. Let's go back last season when he was on Oklahoma City, right? When he got traded there, everybody was like, oh, OKC's going to be trash. He went there to kind of just like retire. You know what I mean? Like, that's the old folks home. They sent up to purgatory.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But they ended up being a 5 seed in the Western Conference.
Not
with
easy.
That team.
Not easy at all.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like a guy like that is somebody that you need to change the identity of your organization. So I think that's why the Knicks should have went that way. But listen, they got to go get themselves a big name, whether it's Bradley Beal, Kawhi, or whoever. They got to go ahead and go get some.
I mean, Kawhi don't look too happy right now, man.
I mean, why should he? He's in the basement.
He's in the basement.
He's in the basement with the space heaters and the dehumidifiers and the first down jackets. Like, how you gonna concentrate when you got mold in your nose? You can't do that. That's not the way it works, man. Like, you need permission to go upstairs, man.
Oh my
God. What I mean? That's the way it is.
You think Kawhi want to come play in the Knicks?
Kawhi want to go anywhere that's not the Clippers. Because here's the thing. I think when Kawhi decided to go home, because he's from Compton, he's from that area. You know what I'm saying?
He's from Compton?
I think he's a Compton or San Diego or something. Like, he's from Cali. You know what I mean? But he wanted to team up with KD. KD said nah. He called Kyrie was like, nah, I got plans with Kevin. He called Jimmy. Jimmy was like, nah, I'm on my way to Miami. He called everybody under the blue moon. And then he looked in his Rolodex and he was like, all right, who's left? Oh, all right, Paul George. Let me call Paul George and see what's up.
Wow.
Put that battery in Paul back. Okay, I'll come. But Paul was never the guy. He was never a guy to say, like, all right, if we pair him with another guy, we can be able to create magic. Paul George was always a good player, but he's not a number one. And when you put two guys like that are not leaders on the same team, who's leading that team? That's why they had problems last year. That's why Montrez left. That's why Lou Williams left. Because they looking at these two dudes like, all right, y'all getting preferential treatment, but I understand it with Kawhi, but why does Paul George get that? What has he done to get that type of treatment? I've gone deeper in the playoffs than Paul George has. Like, these players are looking at it like, yo, I'm on the same level as him. Right. So why is he getting that type of treatment? And then you heard last season they put all the blame on Doc. Now they're still having the same problem. So was it really Doc's problem?
I don't think
Was
so.
it Doc's fault that the team like fell apart?
I don't think so at all.
Nah, it ain't. It's who they got on that team. Paul George, Waldo George, Panic P.
Panic. Word.
Kwame, what's his name? Kawhi Leonard. You know, him with the geriatric New Balance shoes and King of LA and all. Come on, man, you wildin'. You don't do that.
I definitely think, you said it off camera. I definitely think he should have stayed with Toronto.
Definitely should have stayed with Toronto. Yo, bro, he had a country.
Yeah, he should have stayed with Toronto.
On his back. Like,
I'm still confused on why he left, though. Like, he won a chip, and then he's like, yeah, I'm going to go over here.
Listen, when you win a championship, and you win it in that fashion, yo, you feeling yourself. You like, yo, I'm the biggest star in the league. I can be able to dictate where I go and who comes with me. Anybody's going to want to come with me. You figured out that wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? They think he's a good player, but they wasn't going to the Clippers. You know why? Because it's the Clippers.
Clippers got some
like,
kind of...
At the end of the day, like, everybody's like, all right, cool. You know, that's fine. You in Cali. But, yo, you with the Clippers, my man. It don't have the same ring. So I don't want to be associated with that team over there because they ain't got no banners, man. Like, there's nothing hanging in the rafters.
That's true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We need permission to go upstairs. You know, with the Lakers up there practicing, we gotta wait.
Gotta wait for
we gotta wait, man. Like that's not a good life. I mean, that's like your cousin come to your crib and all of a sudden he telling you or he asking you what the rent is. Like, you don't live here. You just rented. I got you. Like, you know what I mean? Like you just staying here, my dude. Like, what are we doing?
They got no banners in there?
They got no banners. They have no Hall of Famers. They got no division. Like, they don't hang division crowns and all that stuff. But they ain't got no banners, bro.
I didn't realize that. Damn.
Yeah.
Clippers look. Yeah. I wouldn't go there either.
It's Clippers, man.
I would have. Yo, I'm telling you, he should have stayed in Toronto, man. I don't know what he was thinking about.
I always say, death, taxes, and Clippers always gonna be bad. Clippers, you know the Clippers have never.
Wait. That was said too fast. You said
death, taxes, Clippers always gonna be bad. It's just the way it is.
God.
That's just the way it is.
Wow.
Simple. So, you see them, they're down 2-1 in the series right now, right? Do you think that they can be able to come back against Dallas?
No.
So you think Dallas got it?
Dallas got it.
That's what I'm saying. If Dallas got it, we now talking about a team that was supposed to win the championship the last 2 years, and they fall flat. So what happens to the Clippers now?
They got a lot of figuring out to do, man. They got a lot of. I don't know. Like, after the last couple of years, and even before that, when Chris Paul was there, and they had some players there, man.
Yeah, they had
a lot of Lob City.
Yeah.
They had the whole, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They had the pieces there. They just can't finish. They can't finish the race.
Yo, it's just a jinx, man. It's, once you put on those colors, it's rough.
They can't finish the race.
It's rough, man. Like black cats start to walk past you, and
my God.
ladders start to fall, and there's a whole that's just
I don't know. I definitely I think next year might be Kawhi he going somewhere next
year.
year.
He got to. He got to. If he wants to save his career, he need to get as far away from Waldo George as possible. As far away from Waldo George. Now, listen. Lakers, they're up 2-1 now. And they got... I think that obviously they're the heavy favorites in the series. Do you see this series going 7, or do you think it's going to be a gentleman's sweep 5 games?
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The Lakers, last year was their year. They did, amazing. Obviously got the chip. This year started off pretty good.
Yeah.
I was kind of like excited, like, yo, okay, part 2 this year, and then the injuries kicked in,
right.
and I'm just like, yo, I don't know.
You iffy about it.
AD was gone, came back. Brown was gone, came back. They're playing like, when they play, I don't feel the same strength that they had early on in the season and last year. So right now, I'm still a fan. I'm still rooting for them. I'm still hoping to get the chip, but I don't feel like that chip energy just yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they ain't turning on yet.
So do you think that time will get them there, or is it just not their year?
I feel like the way LeBron be playing, like you said, he's the guy that can bring the team to where they got to go. I think that's why even with game 1, he lost game 1.
Always loses game 1.
I feel like for him, he has to lose game 1.
Yeah.
He goes home and he's like, all right, that's what I gotta do now.
Yep.
And he come back, boom.
He's a machine, man. He's gonna take that L, go home and look at it and be like, okay, that's what you guys run.
Right.
Now I'm gonna take you.
Got
apart.
you. That's it now.
Like so, he's Floyd. Like Floyd Mayweather used to do that. He used to always
defense.
Take the first couple rounds and see what you do.
Okay.
And then by round 5, it's like, okay, now I understand what you got. It's a wrap now.
It's over. So
you know what I mean?
So so I think Braun is gonna obviously take control of each series. I feel like there's some tough teams in the West, but I feel like he could figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Nuggets, I think he could figure out. Portland
busting their ass right now.
They're going crazy.
101 to 80 in the fourth quarter.
By the way, this is a very bad distraction for us. I'm talking to you. I'm looking like, see this go.
Game going on right now. It's fine, man. We multitasking.
We're going. But yeah, I think Braun, every team in the West, I think he can figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting to see the challenges, but they ain't quite turning on yet. I think if they turn and switch on, it's over for everybody.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna take you to basketball school right now.
Teach me.
All right.
Look at my notepad. Hold on.
I don't think there's any team in the NBA that can deal with the Lakers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Here's why. You remember back in '95?
Probably not.
Okay.
But I might.
So, like I said, I'm gonna take you back to school. Rockets win the championship against the Knicks in '94. Go to Game 7, right? They're now the defending champions. The Rockets end up thinking that they have to make some wholesale changes on their team. So they make a couple trades during the trade deadline that they feel can be able to help them in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't really go that well in the regular season. They don't have the chemistry. They don't gel. They lose a lot of games down the stretch to the point where they drop to the 6th seed. You had Seattle that was better than them, Utah, Phoenix, San Antonio was up there. All of these teams were way better record-wise than the defending champ Houston Rockets. Nobody was talking about Houston anymore, right? They get into the playoffs. They win in 5 games in the first round. Then I think they win in like 5 games second round. Then they win the Western Conference Finals. Then they go against the fun-loving, fun-to-watch Penny Hardaway, Shaq, Orlando Magic. What did they do to the Magic in the finals? They sweep them.
What?
So that's the lowest seeded champion in the history of the NBA. They were the defending champs. But everybody thought that they didn't have it all because the chemistry wasn't right. But once those players realized, okay, it's playoff time.
It's time. Yeah.
It's turn-up time.
So you feel like Lakers going to
Lakers are exactly that.
repeat this year?
Yeah, I think the Lakers have a great chance to repeat, and I also feel that they are going to break that old record.
Hey, you know what, man?
So they'll be the 7th seed, and they'll be the lowest seeded team to win the championship.
You know what you just did just now, man?
What's up?
You cool, man.
Yes, I got that, man.
That made me feel a lot more confident now, man.
That's what I do.
Man.
That's what I do. When I give you the basketball knowledge, I make my listeners feel at ease. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Feel at ease, man.
I've been a little shaky.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. That's good. All right, there we go. What I'm talking about. Let's go, niggas. We lit, man. But Utah been kind of wild.
Come on, man. You got to cut that up.
No, I cut
Utah?
it up.
Utah?
It be kind of wild.
Utah.
Oh yeah, it be kind of wild.
What that mean? If there's two teams that I ain't never got to worry about. Never got to worry about. That's the Clippers
and Utah,
and that's Utah. You got to worry about those.
Word?
Utah. Listen, I remember when the national championship game in college was going on. Everybody was talking about Gonzaga. Yo, Gonzaga. I was like, yo, y'all forget who this is? This is Gonzaga, man. They don't win chips. And exactly what happened. They lost.
Wow.
Listen, Utah, they're a good team. Very good team. They're well coached. Shout out to Quinn Snyder, good coach, good organization. But here's my thing with Utah. When you have Rudy Gobert as your second best player, you got big problems, man. When you getting $35+ million to score 12 points and 15 rebounds,
oh wow,
where you going? There's a reason why Jordan Clarkson won 6th Man of the Year. You know, because he got to. He has to. If he don't score no points, who else gonna score but him and Spider?
Teach me.
Come on, man. Rudy
Preach.
Gobert, man.
Let's go, B.
Rudy Gobert ain't doing nothing, man. It's Utah. And listen,
wow.
Utah got lucky. They're playing Memphis right now. Memphis is a young team. They're not ready yet.
They're not ready
Could
yet.
they pull off the upset? Possible.
Shout out Ja Morant, man.
Shouts to Ja, the point guard. That's my man.
I like Ja.
But could you imagine if this was Golden State going against Utah? I'm just saying. Now, Golden State is not, they not the Golden State of old, but Steph against
still,
Rudy Gobert?
But still, yeah.
Give me Steph.
Yeah.
Give me Steph. Give me Draymond over Rudy Gobert.
You got a point, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's Utah.
Got a point.
It's Utah.
If Steph was, if they was, man. I really wanted to see Steph in the playoffs, though.
Yeah.
Man.
Now, what are your thoughts on Philly? Do you think that Philly has a chance to get to a championship?
I'm still trying to figure Philly out, man. I think they got great pieces. The records are good. You know the players are good. Embiid is doing his thing.
That's my MVP.
MVP?
Yeah, that's my MVP. Man.
I'm not sold on them going to the chip. I don't know what it is, man. Shout out my man Mike Scott. You know what I'm saying?
You know who it is though. You know who has me iffy on why they not gonna make it? They coach, man.
Coach?
Yeah.
Teach me.
Doc Rivers, bro.
Teach me.
If there's one person that I don't trust in the Game 7 situation, it's Doc Rivers.
Really?
Yeah.
Please tell me why.
He's the first coach in NBA history to blow 3-1 leads. So that tells me, as a coach, you don't have that pressure factor. You don't know how to get your team ready for a big time elimination game. If you're up 3-1, G, I can't see you losing a series.
Right.
Because you can be able to run into a good game. Somebody gets hot.
Yeah.
You hit 25 of 63s in a game, and
Hold
that'd
on,
be it.
man. Hold on. So
for you to lose 3 straight games.
So you're saying when these teams lose, they up 3-1.
Yeah, his Clipper teams were up 3 games. Now he had 2 Clippers teams blew 3-1 leads, and he had he blew a 3-1 lead with his Orlando team. That's been back the Tracy McGrady days.
Okay, so
McGrady was there.
So I'm just playing devil's advocate here. So
Yeah,
it's not my opinion. I'm
Of
just
course.
asking you. So you feel when a team loses that lead, the 3-1 lead, it's the coach, not the players?
I think it's a combination of both. Because the thing is, players, how I look at it is that players get you to the playoffs, right? Coaches win you championships.
Okay.
If the coaches are not making the right adjustments, if they're not playing the right guys, if they're not pushing the right buttons in regards to how to get guys motivated in the playoffs, you're doing your team a disservice. That has everything to do with the coaching.
Okay. All right.
So
I mean, You alright, man?
Come on, can I hear it again, son?
You cool, man? You know your stuff for real,
Come on,
bro.
man. Like that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying, man. You know,
that's why you're here, right?
Let people know, man.
That's why you're here, right?
Exactly.
All your podcasts.
All your podcasts.
That's why you're here, man.
You know what I mean? I know my stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Man, it's like 95, this team, this team.
Man, that's it, man. You take you to school a little bit.
How you do that, man?
Listen, I've never retained any useful information in my life. It's always just been sports.
Oh man,
can't do math to save my life. Somebody else gotta hold my money. I can't do that.
But you know sports though.
But I know sports, bro.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
So all right, so who's in your NBA finals?
All right. With the confidence you gave me just now, you just passed it over. Woo. Gotta go Lakers.
Lakers.
And on the East Coast, who's on the East? I got the Nets, the Knicks, no. Hawks, no. Celtics, I don't think they're gonna make it. It's gonna be out of the. It has to be. Sixers.
Sixers got a shot.
Sixers got a shot. They got a great shot.
They got a shot.
They got a great shot. I'm gonna go Lakers and. It would be great to see Lakers and Nets because KD and
that's box office.
That would be great for TV.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's gonna happen.
So who you got? Is G leaning my way? Have I convinced him enough for him to say, you know what? Not only are you cool, but you're right.
I'm gonna go Lakers and Bucks.
Ah, my man.
I'm gonna go Lakers and Bucks.
That's what I'm talking about. Lakers, Bucks,
Giannis
finals. We finally gonna see it,
Braun.
man. And who do you have winning that series?
Oh, we gotta go with Braun, man.
Yeah, I got the Lakers winning that in 5.
Repeat, man.
Yeah.
You know, two-peat.
You know.
I think
something light.
I think this is gonna be good, man.
You know, listen, I don't mean to put water on Brooklyn's fire. I don't mean to do that. I don't mean to get all of the Brooklyn fans angry. I don't mean that. Right. But it's just not your year.
Not yet, right?
Yeah, they got time. Like, you can have it next year. Not this year.
I feel like next year they're gonna probably come back and go crazy.
I think so.
It's gonna be one of those just like.
Yeah, they just gonna whitewash the league. It's all right. But
they
after the Lakers win back to back, they can have it.
Yeah,
it's fine. I'm satisfied with that.
Braun need one more ring anyway, right? He need one more.
Well, if he get 5, he's in rare air. You know what I'm saying? Like 5 championships to me. You don't even need to get 6. You get 5. You in there with Kobe. You in there with Magic. You in there with the captain Kareem. Like that's a decent number.
5. You think
5's legit?
You think 5 will get people to respect him the way they're supposed to?
I don't think so. I think everybody's always gonna look at the number 6.
Still right.
Yeah, like he has to get 7, and even probably if he gets 7, people are like, well, you still lost 6-5. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like what does that matter?
He's doing things that we haven't.
Bro, the man's
seen,
been to more
man.
finals outside of Bill Russell.
Back to back too.
Like, come on, man. Like, what are we talking about here?
The one thing I will agree with, I'm a LeBron fan, but the one thing I will agree with, and that I get a little annoyed with LeBron too, is all of the, like I ain't gonna lie. So
he in that era though. You know what I'm saying? Like they all whine and complain.
Yeah.
And,
what is it? What?
Yes,
he complain every call. I'm like, yo, Bron, chill out, bro.
I agree.
Calm down a little bit. It's all right, man.
I agree. Now, how we end the show, G? I always like to do rapid fire with my guests. So I'm gonna go ahead and spit out some names.
I hate rapid fire.
You're gonna go ahead and tell me who you think is better. I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna have no opinion. This is all you. You know what I'm saying? So people gonna hear this. They're gonna be like, "G, you really feel that way?" That ain't got nothing to do with me.
That's the tough part. That
ain't got nothing to do with me.
I'm gonna tell you, dude, that you ask me a question, I'm gonna think about it for an hour. Like, you know what I'm saying? So rapid questions, I hate these, but let's go. Let's turn
all
up.
right.
Let's go.
Rapid fire. Better point guard, Chris Paul or Steve Nash?
How much time we got on the rapid fire? How much time we got?
Come on, man. You can't sit here all day.
Chris Paul, Steve Nash.
Wow. Okay.
Don't shoot.
Better point guard, Jason Kidd or John Stockton?
Oh, why are you doing this today, man? I need a shot. Hold on. Jason Kidd or John Stockton? Damn, that's like. Oh, son. Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd.
All right. Better dunker.
I don't like these questions, man.
Shawn Kemp.
Damn it.
I'm gonna keep it new school. Shawn Kemp or Zion Williamson.
The power. I'm going with Kemp though.
You going with Rain Man?
I'm going
I like
Shawn
that.
Kemp.
I like
That one I feel a little confident about.
All right.
Woo.
Here's one that may tug at your heartstrings a little bit.
Oh Lord.
Better pure passer of the basketball.
Pure passer.
Magic Johnson or LeBron James?
Why? I knew. You fouled for that, man. I'm taking one of my coups back, bro. I'm taking one of the coups back for that one. Damn, pure passer, Braun or I gotta go with Magic.
Yeah,
I ain't
gotta go
gonna lie,
Magic,
lie.
man. Magic was a different breed.
You said pure passer. I feel like and Braun got it from
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't say Braun.
That's facts.
You gotta go.
That's facts. I wanted to see how loyal you were.
Yeah. I'm loyal, but
throw it out there.
I'm also real though. I'm loyal, but I'm real. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Better player. Paul George.
Oh, next person. Whoever the next person.
Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, T-Mac. That's
You
my
want
guy.
T-Mac? Okay.
I was a T-Mac fan before LeBron. Like,
Yeah, shouts to T-Mac. T-Mac was the guy.
I'm the kind of guy with basketball where I pick a player. So T-Mac was my guy. Like, so he got hurt. I'm like, who's before him obviously was Jordan.
Yeah.
But then T-Mac, I'm like, right, cool. Then he left. I'm like,
LeBron. Right.
I like this guy, man.
All right, cool. Better defender. Kawhi Leonard or Scottie Pippen?
Where get these questions from, man?
It's in my head, man.
Nah, yo, what type of crazy questions is these? Oh, Scotty.
Yo, you going with Scotty? All right.
Scotty.
Here's another tough one for you. Better defender. Draymond Green or Dennis Rodman? They both could be able to guard 1 to 5.
That's
you
a
know
fact.
what I mean?
I'm going with Dennis, man.
You going with Dennis?
I'm Bulls fan. He's a little bit more crazy than Draymond. So
yes,
he gonna get up in you like.
Definitely.
That's it.
All right, let's see. Who would you rather have in regards to point guard hybrid 2? Steph or Allen Iverson?
I gotta go. Show's over. Plug everything out. All the podcasts. Thanks for having me. Appreciate y'all. Steph or Allen Iverson, bro?
And the reason why I put them in that category is because I look at Steph. He's not a pure point guard. He's more of like a hybrid 1-2. AI was the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So who would you rather have?
Me on my team.
Yeah, on your team.
AI was so fire, bro. I'm going with Steph.
You going with Steph? All right.
I'm going with Steph.
Going with the babyface killer?
AI is so fire, though, son. What Steph is just...
Yeah, so Steph is...
He's the whole, like, volcano, son.
He's ridiculous.
He be just... shoot your lights out.
All right. Better shooter. 3-point shooter now. Reggie Miller?
Yeah.
Or Ray Allen?
Oh, I thought you were going to say Steph.
Nah, we got Steph out of the way.
Okay. Reggie or Ray? Who's a better one? Damn. Damn, Reggie is dangerous. Ray be wildin' too. I hate these rappers. I gotta say, like, think quick, like, yo, hold on. They gonna probably kill me in the comments. Yo, you wildin', bro. You gonna pick him over him? Are you dumb? Do you know basketball at all? Oh, Reggie.
That's our era too, man.
I'm going Reggie.
You going Reggie? I like that one.
I'm going Reggie.
All right.
Damn you, B.
Here's another tough one for you. Who would you rather have taken the last shot? And it's none of the guys you know, but they clutch dudes. Or not saying you don't know them, but you wouldn't think of them. Joe Johnson, Paul Pierce, or Carmelo Anthony.
I'm going Paul Pierce.
Facts.
Paul Pierce.
That was my answer too.
Okay.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, son. Like, he don't get the respect that he deserves in certain situations. Like, he's a great. Is he a legend? Nah, I'm not gonna go there. But he was legit. There was a reason why he was called the Truth. You know what I'm saying? He
showed up, man.
Yeah.
I remember seeing games with him. Like, he's not the flashiest guy. He's not doing these crazy dunks and this, but he just played basketball. Yeah. And, like them last shots and those key threes or them key free throws or the little steals. Like he showed up. Right. He showed up when he's supposed to. Had a lot of times.
Had the FedEx physique. Like, he looked like he was. He looked like he never went to a
his
gym.
His form is not really that pretty.
I ain't know. It's
a little weird form. But
I didn't understand the game, man. But the ball went in. You know what I mean?
He get it done.
Respect.
He get the job done.
Right. All right.
Done.
2 more, and then we out of here.
Oh Lord, let's go.
Who would you rather have as a big man?
Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay.
𝐿𝐴𝐚𝐧𝐭 or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
I'm going with Shaq.
You going Shaq? You
like
didn't
Shaq.
even hesitate.
I like. You said Shaq. You said Kareem
and Hakeem.
Hakeem was, he's fire too. He
Yeah.
But Shaq is just, he's a big man. He's a big man of all big men. I feel like, I think he should be number 1 big man.
He's up there.
A little bit. I mean,
he's up there.
I know we got Kareem, the hook shot. I know we got those, but just big man like 7'2", 3".
I think
500 pounds.
Yeah, I think the dude that compares to Shaq the most gotta be Wilt, because Wilt, when he was playing, there was nobody his size.
Yeah.
And he was just dominant.
Right.
Shaq was the same thing. That there was nobody 7'1", 300 pounds that could be able to move like that.
Right.
And we'll never see another Shaq, because that level of dominance and power and
that's just different.
Everything just wrapped into one package is just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So it's a fair argument. It's just that it's crazy when people think about it, is because in Laker lore, Shaq is probably 3.
Kareem.
You got Kareem, you got
Kobe.
Wilt,
and
you got Shaq in regards to big men.
Oh, big man. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's he gets his respect, but I don't really think historically people understand how good he was, all because he only has 1 MVP, which he should have more. He has 4 championships, but the 4th championship he was Dwayne Wade's sidekick, quote unquote. But the dude's legacy is ridiculous, man. Like, the numbers, his finals numbers are top 5 all time.
Nah, he's
across the board.
He's too dominant, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I like that answer. Love that answer. Last question before I let you get out of here, G.
Oh man, hold on.
You ready?
No.
All right, here we go. Who is the better basketball player between me and you?
Oh, yo, that's easy, right? The best, easiest one we.
Come on, man, it's on my show. Don't get crazy. Don't get crazy now.
Man, I think what we should do. We should probably sell this on one of these YouTube. We go to it's getting warm outside.
Listen, we can do that.
Bring the cameras out, and
we can do that.
Before we even answer it, let's just put the cameras out and let's see. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
We can put the wages up. We can put the comments and see who
make sure we get a fair and impartial ref. I don't want nobody on your side that's gonna call the fouls.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need that. I don't need that. I need a fair game.
Yeah.
Because I'm like 5'2". You like 6'4". I need the advantage. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't played ball in a couple of years either, so
you know I'm retired, man. My knees all jacked.
You came in.
Listen, I put on the Stone Cold brace for you.
Nah, I ain't trying to be responsible.
Listen, I'm good.
I don't want to hit you with one of them joints and then We gotta do a shooting contest or something. We gotta do a shooting.
We can do something.
Yeah, we do something safe, because I'm getting a little old too. I ain't trying to get injured out here.
I hear you, man. Well, yo, G, this was a pleasure, man. Thank you for coming on the show.
Appreciate you. Thank you, man.
Yeah, you keep doing your thing, and just give everybody a handle and what you got going on in the future, man.
Yeah, man. Once again, thank you for having me. Shout out to the Olean Podcast.
Of course, man.
Definitely been supporting since day one, man. I want to see my big homie do his thing on a bigger and better platforms each year. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So, but yeah, check me out Instagram at DJ Gmoney Official. Check out my Pick and Eater show at Pick and Eater Show on Instagram. YouTube.com/DJ Gmoney. Season 4 is out right now. You know what I'm saying? Working on season 5. hopefully we got some things in the works. You know what I'm saying? We trying to travel. I don't know. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with season 5.
Right.
But of course, FDS, man. I Flip the Script podcast. Gmoney Queenzflip. Look out for that. YouTube.com/Quiet Room Battle. And yeah, man, just still DJing too. Some people watch the podcast and like, yo, you really,
right.
You really DJ, bro? I'm still DJing out here.
You're still out there.
I'm leaving right now to go do a gig after this show,
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm still
Yes, sir.
working. You know what I'm saying? So book me too for the events and all that.
Definitely.
But yeah, man, check me out. Hit me up.
Definitely, man.
Appreciate you.
So, this is Barry Grant Jr., host of the All Even Podcast. Catch me on Instagram at All Even Podcast, Twitter, All Even Podcast, at All Even Podcast. Shouts to Muve Media. Shouts to everybody. This is All Even Podcast, signing out.